Hello, everybody. Welcome to Critical Conversations. We're doing something a little bit outside the box tonight. So we are constantly hearing about the dilemma of how to take our folks that we're getting into the door and mold them and get them into our systems and just whatever we got to do to make them successful. And a lot of people complain about Gen Zs or X's or double whatever the Gen number is now, because they just think differently. They just act differently. They think differently. And it's to the point, it doesn't matter where they grew up. It doesn't matter where they came from. Um, there's just something different going on. So we say, let's think outside the box. So tonight with us, we have Coach Andy Shay. Coach Shay is the head lacrosse coach at Yale. He's been there a while. He's had some tremendous stars that he's developed there. He has won all the beans. He has won the national championship for Division One men's lacrosse, and he has players that presently play for the Professional Lacrosse League. So again, every year, and I'll let him talk more about this, but every year he has to go out recruiting, just like we go recruiting. He's spending time at the high school level. He's spending time at the regional level. He's looking for quality people, but even those quality people that get in, he's got to then build their system. And similar to him, he doesn't being from the Ivy League, he cannot offer scholarships. So the kids that come to Yale want to come to Yale and they want to play for Coach Shay. We see this all the time. We're in the high schools, we're trying to recruit kids to come to the fire department or the ambulance. We don't have the ability, often the companies don't have money to be able to pay them to come. Sometimes there's some small benefit for depending on how active you are. So we'll talk about, he just finished part of the process of recruitment. So he has to do the very, very similar thing that we do. Now, obviously, he works for Yale, and people know about Yale, but there's also people that know about some of our companies, right? That have good reputations. So Coach, do me a favor. Can you give us a little bit of your background, and then I want to jump into the recruitment process.
Sure. Thanks for having me, Nick. Appreciate it. Excited to be on. Yeah, my background, I bopped around a little bit. I coached in junior college for a few years out of college. Uh, then I was lucky enough to get hired at the University of Delaware, where I coached under Bob Shillinglaw. I was the assistant coach there for 4 years. We went to the quarterfinals there. From there, I was hired at the University of Massachusetts. Worked under a guy named Greg Cannella, who's one of the the best coaches in New England lacrosse history or NCAA history. Both Coach Shillinglaw and Coach Cannella, and he just retired actually last year. So in 2000 and I guess three, I was lucky enough to get hired at Yale University for my first Division One head coaching position, and kind of haven't looked back. So it was a number of years of kind of learning along the way, and I hadn't worked at an Ivy League school. I hadn't worked at a school without scholarships. And there was a certain pecking order in our recruitment that I had to adjust to. And when we finally did adjust to that, we started to win a lot more and gain some momentum, and then culminated in getting the grand prize there in 2018. We were runners up in 2019. I still think if 2020 doesn't happen, that team goes all the way too. So
Mm.
it's been a really good run, but it's been some ups and downs, and you know just 20 some odd years, a lot of lessons, and you know proud of the program that we built.
So one of my best scenes that I've ever seen on TV is you and Clark
Yeah,
hugging each other
yeah,
after you won. That was a great picture. That
yeah.
was that got me going. Got me emotional. Um, one of our trials and tribulations is as we try to recruit people is we say it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, but we say that we got to get them into the firehouse or in the M1's house before they get involved in girls or sports or cars. Because
Hmm.
if we don't get them into the culture of the fire department, we will end up losing them, right? They may come in for a flash in the pan,